Trabuco comes into tonight's contest with a 15-10 overall record and a 6-1 league record. Starters for the Mustangs tonight. At Kaard, number 0, Chad Shelley.
As you listen to the starting lineup for Trabuco in the background, announced by Mr. Bornfeld. Trabuco scores about 49.4 points per game, just a little bit under the Wolverines. Only 1,200 points on the season. And of course, the state rank of 200. Let's get a little closer look of the Trabuco Hill starting team. We'd like to welcome in a new camera woman tonight, Yasmine, as she is up top along with Nathan Allen, our resident cameraman, as we listen into the Wolverines starting lineup tonight.
At center, 6'5", senior number 31, Josh Walker. And our last senior, 6'5", number 44, Mark Morris.
So Coach Barnett, as senior night tradition, he will start most of the seniors that do not usually start. Of course, we saw that definitely a different starting lineup tonight for the Wolverines. Depending on how the first couple minutes go, it will determine how long those players actually remain in the game. Trabuco, of course, looking to get off to a good start against the Aliso Niguel backups. As we get ready to kick this one off here. Sammy Nabahani will be joining us later tonight. He is at lacrosse practice right now, but he should be coming in a couple minutes. Until then, it'll just be me. Keep you up to date here on the start of this game. Start time about 7:18, a little bit later than usual, of course, for senior night. As that's Denise Kaard jumping for the ball, and Trabuco will recover. Number 20, Quentin Tucker will bring it up. Tucker, the point guard. As David Williams with the jumper miss and a putback. Ryan Hernandez will pick up the foul. And Hernandez will get 2 shots from the line. We'd like to welcome in the other new cameraman tonight, Chris Krohn. He's been with us a couple of broadcasts before, but now is set up in his position underneath the basketball hoop. We continue to involve a little bit steadily more students here in our 100% student-run broadcast. That's Ryan Leon bringing it up. And that ball almost stolen, recovered by Mark Morris. Leon will drive right, and that will rim out for him. Rebound down low, however, by Kaard, and a foul will be called. Nice play by Denise Kaard, getting down low and able to grab that ball. Our show tonight, as always, produced by Robert Krohn. The inside pass to Mark Morris. He'll put it up and bank it in. First 2 points for the Wolverines on the night, as the starters on the bench jump up and give a cheer for Mark Morris. At the pass down low, that air ball sailed on him. That was Hernandez with the shot. A nice little plus about this new location that we're broadcasting from is we can hear the fans even louder than we usually can. Of course, the Wolverines, best spirited year, as we've been saying all season long, and not disappointing tonight, as that was number 0, Chad Shelley, the senior 6'3" guard, putting in the jumper. Trabuco also bringing a pretty sizable fan. Techniques could see them in the bottom of your screen right now. As Manigault drives left. That shot by Mark Morris, and that would be airballed. It's notable to mention Craig Magar, number 12, is back in this game as he nails the 3. He was out against the Wolverines the first time they met this year in January, and he is definitely an impact player for Trabuco Hills as he knocks down the 3 right there. The Wolverines looking to respond, already down 7-2. That's Josh Walker with the jumper, and he rims in and out. A foul called down low. Couldn't quite tell who that was against. Looks like he gets Aliso called on Mark Morris for a push down low. And Trabuco will get the ball back. That's Tucker bringing it up. Trabuco getting off to a good start against the Aliso Niguel backups tonight as that spin move was put in by Magar. And Trabuco already out to a 7-point lead, 5:40 left in the first quarter. That's Kaard driving right. Let's give it off to Manigault. Manigault pulls up for the jumper and bounces it home. Nice shot by AJ Manigault. His first bucket of the night. Tucker driving in, and the foul called before the shot. Let's see who that foul is called on. It looks like that'll be against Ryan Leone. Nice off-ball screen, giving Chad Shelley the wide-open jumper. He knocks it down. It's now 11-4. Trabuco with the lead. As the Wolverine starters get ready to come back in here, the usual starting lineup. Matt Molnar at center, Brian Fisher and Luke Chapley at the guard positions, and Jonah Gans and Scott Lins to round it out. They will be checking in at the next dead ball as Manigault drives in, throws it up. Josh Walker getting it back, not able to convert the putback. Ball is still loose and picked up by Shelley. As Tucker will slow it up a little bit and look to run a play here for Trabuco. That's Tucker with the jumper, and he puts it in. Nice shooting so far from Trabuco Hills as Coach Barnett will call a timeout. So 14-4 here in the first quarter. 4:19 left to play. As the starting lineup for the Wolverines will check back in here, now down by 10, having to come from behind. Not something that the starters are really used to coming out for in the beginning of the game. We'll see if they can have the game that they had against Laguna. As we like to thank all of you out there for being patient with us throughout the season, as we have had the worst luck with the internet in the Aliso Niguel gym this season. Finally able to get a solution worked out today where we are in a new position in the corner. When the ball goes back to the other side of the floor, you'll be able to see us actually. And that's a double dribble on Scott Lins in the backcourt. Couldn't quite tell what happened there. As you can now see me and Nick Vincent standing to the left of your screen. Right by that Aliso Niguel Sports Network banner, we were able to hook into the hard line that's 200 feet behind us in the boys' locker room, and now we're able to stream live to you. Glad you were able to tune in tonight as Brian Fisher records a steal. He looks to push it up. Jonah Gans with the 3. Just a little short from Jonah. As the intensity of this game already picking up just a little bit with the starters in. That's a shot by Shelley from deep, a foul down low. Couldn't quite tell who that was on. Looks like that might get called against Scott Linz. And yes, that will be a push away from the ball. So Coach Barnett obviously not very happy about that one. So Shelley with the ball. We'll give it off to Magler. Magler back, that's number 24, Williams. And the jumper, Magnar unable to get it to go, and the ball out of bounds to the Wolverines. The Wolverines all sporting the Warhawk type Mohawk haircut tonight, if you will, for senior night, as you just saw on Luke Shapley, Jonah Gann sporting it. Brian Fisher, it's pretty much his usual haircut, if you will. Like to see that from the Wolverines as they're looking for a win here to get some momentum going into CIF, as Jonah will drive and kick it back out. That's Scott driving back in, and the shot blocked by Tucker down low. The Wolverines will get the ball back. For all the struggles the Wolverines have been having on offense so far, the Mustangs really not being able to put too many more points on the board, as Jonah lines up for three, unable to get it. Matt Molnar tipping the ball, but Tucker recovering for Trabuco. Shelley will give it back to Tucker, who looks on Scott Linz. The jumper is missed by Shelley. Lisa lucky that Trabuco hasn't been able to convert so far here, as Brian Fisher will drive left and look for Scott. And backcourt called. Surprising call right there from the referees. I thought that was tipped, but I guess not. And Trabuco will get the ball back. The score is still 14-4. And an offensive foul now called on number 24, David Williams, down low. The senior guard, 6'1", 185, working against Jonah, having the size advantage in that matchup, but Jonah able to draw the offensive foul, and the Wolverines will get the ball back. Nice defense by Tucker for Trabuco. Tucker getting away with a flagrant travel right there, not called, but unable to put in the basket, and Brian Fisher will bring it back up. Jonah passing up the three, getting inside, back to Molnar. Molnar will pick it up and put it back in. Maybe not what he intended for Jonah, but nice play nonetheless. And the Wolverines finally getting some points on the board. So uncharacteristic for this Wolverine team, only scoring 6 points with 1.5 minutes left in the first. As a foul is called there on the driving Magyar. Will be called on Matt Molnar as first. And Magyar will make his first free throw. Magyar making his second, only a junior, but 6'5", 200, was a great player last year, even as a sophomore. So the Wolverines definitely had to scout against him last year and have to do the same this year, as Brian Fisher drives in and draws the foul on Williams, and Brian Fisher will shoot two. So the Wolverines still down by 10 now. And Fisher will knock in the first. 16-7 now. And he'll drain the second. Nice free throw shooting from Brian Fisher. That's been a spot for the Wolverines that they've had a little bit of trouble with over the course of the season, as Brian knocks the ball out of bounds and Trabuco will retain possession. So Tucker will bring it up. 1:05 left in the first. That's a driving Shelley, unable to put it in. Tucker with the rebound down low. Stripped, gets it back, and poked out of bounds on Scott Linz. And Trabuco will get it back once again. Now 57 seconds left with a fresh shot clock. So Tucker working against Scott Linz. We'll give it off. Magyar getting it at the top of the key, swinging it back to Tucker. Tucker around to Shelley. And we have a traveling violation. That's on Andrew Shirley, the junior forward, number 44. You obviously Trabuco's head coach over there, Tom McCluskey, not very happy about that call. Maybe a little questionable, but Wolverines won't complain. See if they can narrow the lead down here with 30 seconds left in the first. As Matt Molnar looking to pass, gives it off to Scott Linz. Scott giving it to... And that will end up being fouled down low. Luke Chapley will... Looking for the assist to Matt Molnar, and Matt will draw the foul, and he will have 2. And Matt will get the first one to fall. Good start from the line for the Wolverines so far. And just as I say that, of course, Matt misses the second, but Brian Fisher stripping the ball away from Magyar. Great defensive play. The Wolverines will get the last shot here in the first quarter as we have 12 seconds left and counting. Brian Fisher will hold it. We'll look for the final shot here. Goes right, back left. Spinning in the lane and putting it up. That ball is blocked. Still 1 second left. Magyar hucks it and hits the top of the roof here in the gym, and that one will fall short. So at the end of one, it is 16-9. Trabuco with the lead. As we welcome you into the new side of the gym today. For Aliso Niguel Sports Network, we have been set up here now with the new hardwired internet connection. Hopefully we've been able to tune in tonight and enjoy the broadcast so far. Sammy Nabahani, my co-broadcastee, will be on his way shortly as he is still at lacrosse practice. So far in the first quarter, Aliso only putting up 9 points. We haven't seen that at all this year so far. Usually you'll either gain off to a great start or keeping with teams usually having a lead after one, but again, giving those seniors that start time, put the Wolverines in a hole, and we'll see how they come back. There's great atmosphere tonight for senior night. A lot of Aliso fans out. A lot of these bobbleheads would like to show you the annual tradition, the cutout. As you might see in the stands, a lot of cutouts of the Wolverine players on display as a new senior night tradition that started last year but continued this year by the Wolverine board. And the Wolverines will get the ball to start the second. Brian Fisher will put up the long three, and he will drain it. Nice shot from Brian Fisher, cutting the lead down to 4 for Trabuco. That's something we've really seen Brian Fisher improve upon greatly this season, is his step-back shooting ability from beyond the arc. Last year, teams really didn't give him any credit for being able to make that shot, and as a consequence, he was guarded a little bit more tougher. As that was a nice drive by Shirley down the lane for Trabuco, unable to convert it, and ball out on Aliso. As I was saying, Brian Fisher now being able to knock down that shot, forcing the opposing teams to really lock down on him and give him a little bit better opportunity to get to the bucket. Trabuco moving the ball. Tucker spinning left. That's down low to Shirley. Shirley missing, and Fisher with the rebound. Brian will put up another 3 and drain it. 2 straight threes from Brian Fisher. What a great shot. He just has that confidence now where he could just run up the floor and put it up, and pretty good percent of the time this year he has been able to put that shot in. As Trabuco's lead has already evaporated to 1. Matt Molnar looking for the steal, unable to get it. That 3 is off by Shelley. Rebound put in by number 44, Shirley. The Wolverines getting a little bit over anxious on defense maybe and giving up that interior point as a steal here. And that'll be Shelley at the other end putting it in. As Coach Barnett on the court, chewing out the referee, and I have to agree with him on that one. Not very happy with that non-foul call against Scott Linz. Looked like he has a case for it. Absolutely is. Scott Linz getting picked, leading to that breakaway for Trabuco. So as the Wolverines huddle up here, they are down by 5 now. 6:25 left in the second quarter. The score 20-15 in favor of Trabuco. And just as we promised you, this game has been pretty hard fought. As of course, Trabuco definitely the second best team in the CG League. Aliso and Niguel undefeated in league. Trabuco 6-1, and their only loss coming to these Wolverines. So Scott Linz bringing it up here. He'll look to drive in and he'll draw a foul. That foul's on Magyar. As I welcome Sammy Nabahani down here to the broadcast table. Welcome, Sammy. Glad to have you with us after practice.
Thanks, Kaard. Glad to be here.
So far, Sammy, of course, this is senior night tradition for the Wolverines that the senior players who don't end up getting much traditional playing time get to start this game. So as a result, the Wolverines down early in this one and having to claw back as Scott Linz makes the free throw. And he'll make the second as well, so now only a 3-point advantage. This will be Tucker bringing it up. Haven't seen Tucker do much on the offensive end so far. See if he decides to step it up a little bit against the smaller Scott Linz. Great defense by Brian Fisher once again with the steal on Magyar. It's his second steal of the night for Fisher, and he will jump up for another 3. Knows that one was short, and that'll be out of bounds. Sammy, we've seen Brian make 2 straight threes like that earlier, but coming up a little short on that one.
Yeah, that's a good shot selection for him since no one really stepped up to cover him. And throughout the season, he's been able to knock down those 3s, so I would advise him to keep shooting that.
And that was a block on the other end by Fisher, getting back down in defense. And the ball out of bounds on the Wolverines. You see there's Brandon Mashenko there, our senior class president, starting the cheer. That ball off of Fisher in the corner.
Brian seems to have a lot of defensive intensity so far in this game, as we just seen him get a steal, then a block, and then almost get a turnover right there. So it looks like he's really come out to play in this one. Absolutely.
The Wolverines looking, of course, to capture the CG title outright tonight, just as they did last year. That's Tucker driving. Magyar will get it at the key, working against Chapley. Brian Fisher knocking it away there again. That Shelley will take the 3. That's long. And Fisher with the rebound. Cross-court pass. That's Scott Linz down low, and he will draw the foul underneath the basket. Scott Linz doing a good job so far tonight of getting to the hoop. Unable to finish so far, but getting to the foul line. Scott missing the first, however. Kai Sada will check in for Matt Molnar. And that one missed by Scott as well, so not the greatest job from the free throw line. The Wolverines are picking up the defensive intensity here. That's number 22, Ryan Tomalia, that is checked into the game now for Trabuco in the place of Tucker. And Brian Fisher with the steal. And breakaway dunk right there is emphatic slam by Brian Fisher. That's what you like to see, Sam. You really hear the crowd getting into it after that one. Haven't seen that much this season so far.
Yeah, we even saw him come up last week, go up for a dunk, and he just didn't seem to get it. And I talked to him after the game, and he said he was having some issues with his knee. So good to see that he's feeling good tonight and coming up with that dunk.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you ask Brian at the end of the regular season for the Wolverines, Brian definitely plays the most minutes on this team, as Scott Linz's three is just a bit long, and you have to be, your body has to be a little bit fatigued by this point in the season, so definitely understandable, but didn't look like he had any problem on that last one at all, as the Wolverines now only within one here with 3:35 left to play.
Yeah, I have to say that was definitely one of the better dunks I've ever seen him do.
Yeah, I left no doubt about that one, and love to see that from Brian, as Luke almost getting the steal, but falling, leaving Magyar open, and he's unable to convert the shot. Jonah grabbing the board. First rebound for Jonah tonight, as Scott Linz unable to put it in on the other side of the floor. Scott not doing the best from the offensive side of the ball tonight, but getting in the lane, and you know those shots are going to fall eventually.
Yeah, that was definitely a good move by Scott Linz. He's just got to be able to convert that one.
Trabuco passing around here, looking. Luke Chapley knocking away that entrance pass to Magyar, and Scott Linz will pick it up on the fast break. And not able to convert that one either. Going back up strong, putting it in and one. Nice play from Scott Linz, getting his own rebound and going up strong, being able to put that one in.
Yeah, it all started on the defensive end with Luke Chapley. The Alisos definitely picked up their defense today. One of the better defensive games I've ever seen them play. And good job by Scott Linz to stick with the play and get his own rebound and put it up strong.
As Jake Smith checking in for Jonah Gans. Scott missing again from the free throw line. That's 3 straight free throws he's missed, uncharacteristic. But the Wolverines, regardless, taking the lead, 21-20, and Scott with the steal. Tucker giving it up. Scott Linz going up and unable to put it in, getting the ball back on the floor. Scrum for the ball. Tucker recovering and still squirting around, and a foul being called. Couldn't quite tell who that foul was on. Looks like that will be against Scott Linz, against the Wolverines, as Trabuco will get possession.
Things just don't seem to be going Scott Linz's way offensively, but he did have some good defense on that play, and he's getting the right kind of looks. He's just hasn't been able to put them in.
Absolutely. It's just a matter of time before those shots begin to fall for him. You know, just like that Mission Viejo game of a couple weeks ago, where he was able to get into the lane at will and made everything. As it's good to see Ronnie Harris checking in now for Scott Linz. Number 10, Ronnie's been out since the last Capital Valley game a couple weeks ago with that ankle injury, but he is back on the floor now, and that's great news for the Wolverines going into CIF, with Scott Linz being able to get a break, or even if he's in foul trouble, being able to come out and have a true point guard take his place.
Yeah, it's definitely going to ease up some of the pressure on Scott Linz. As we've seen earlier, when other teams get a press going on the Wolverines, Scott Linz has to dribble out of it, which definitely takes a lot of his energy away. So it's good to see that he has a backup in Ronnie Harris to give him some rest.
Kai will make the first. The second will be good as well. So the Wolverines now up by 3, slowly building that lead up now. As Trabuco struggling to get any offense going, Tucker has been checked back into the game, and the Wolverines picking up the defensive intensity. And Luke Chapley will get the block on Magyar. Nice job by Luke Chapley down low, using his size to get that block, and the Wolverines will bring it up. Nice spin move by Brian, losing the ball, however, and will get it back. He'll take that jump shot and he'll nail it. Gotta wonder about that defense there from Trabuco, just giving Brian Fisher a really easy look at that jump shot. You know he's gonna make that the majority of the time. And Aliso now with the 26-20 lead.
Yeah, you definitely can't leave Brian Fisher open like that, especially when he's made 3 for 4 today from behind the arc.
That was an air ball by Tucker from the corner. Rebound by Sato. So Luke Chapley gaining in the corner. He'll go left on Magyar. Pass intended for Ronnie. He'll get it back. Down low to Luke again. Luke off the glass, and you'd like to see that look from Luke Chapley. Really, that's where his A game is, when he gets down into that block and gets those passes and able to put in those short, easy shots. And Trabuco looking to put some offense on the board before the end of the first half. That's Magyar with the jumper, unable to get to fall. And Fisher with the rebound. Just under 28 seconds left here. The Wolverines will have the ball with the shot clock turned off. And Brian will slow it up and hold for the last shot here. Brian working against Scott Majors, the sophomore guard. And Brian will have that advantage. Brian down low to Sato, left wide open. And an easy two for the Wolverines. Nice vision by Brian Fisher, as Trabuco has 3 seconds here to get the shot off. Ball knocked away by Brian, and that will be the end of the first.
That was a great head fake by Brian Fisher. Defense moved over toward Jake Smith because they thought the pass was going over to him. They cheated over a little bit, and Brian had the vision to make that amazing pass.
So Wolverines starting very slowly, of course, the senior lineup being in for that first quarter, but coming back very strong the last couple minutes of the second quarter. What do they have to do here in the third quarter going into the second half to maintain this lead and put this game away?
Well, so far, I missed the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter, but so far what I've seen in this game is great defense by the Wolverines, multiple blocks by Luke Chapley and Brian Fisher, and many fast breaks created from those defensive stops. But it seems like they haven't really been able to convert on the offensive end. Scott Linz especially is having a tough day converting from the field.
Absolutely, yeah. And the Wolverines already up by 10. Just wait to see if their offense gets clicking like it did against Laguna Hills or San Juan or any of those games where they've been able to put numbers in the 70s and 80s. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half. Thank you for watching the Release and Niguel Sports Network. We'll take a quick break, enjoy the halftime entertainment, and we'll be right back. Just about the start of the second half. About maybe a minute and a half to go until we start. A little look at the first half statistics, Sammy. Brian Fisher, 13 points. Luke Chapley had 2. Matt Molnar, 3. Mark Morris had 2. Scott Linz with 3. AJ Manigault with 2. And Kai Sato with 4. So obviously, Brian Fisher, especially with those outside three-point shots, really carrying the Wolverine offense so far. And Scott Linz with only having 3. That's really nothing else but an off night for him, if you will. But again, the Wolverines still up 30-20. What do the other players besides Brian have to do right now to get kind of within this offense and get it kickstarted a little bit more?
Well, I mean, the second biggest contributor, Scott Linz, just hasn't been on tonight. He's 1 for 6 from the field and 2 for 5 from the free throw line. And when he's not putting up that great of numbers, you definitely need someone else like Luke Chapley or Jonah Gans to step up. Jonah Gans hasn't hit a three. He's 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. And Luke Chapley has only really gotten one look. So, I mean, they've really got to create shots for themselves more and move without the ball more and just try and get open looks for themselves. And if you're Scott Linz, you got to be able to knock it down.
But for all the woes that Aliso Niguel is having on offense, it's their defense. It's really, that's why they have the lead right now, up by 10 again, 20-30 as we start the third quarter. Trabuco with the ball. As that'll be Williams with the three, he'll knock it down. Trabuco unable to get anything offensively going in that second quarter. It's a good thing for them to come out and hit that first shot. And yeah, Sammy, let's see if the Wolverines get some other pieces of this offense involved here. As Brian Fisher will drive, looking for the reverse, unable to get it, and that ball will be out of bounds, going to Aliso Niguel off of Andrew Shirley, number 44.
A little bit of a wild shot for Brian Fisher. I think he was looking for the foul, and once he got in the air, I'm not sure if he knew what to do with it.
Luke puts up the jumper and able to get the bounce and knock it home. Nice shot from Luke. That's Magyar working down low, and he'll able to put it in. Nice shot. Spinning away from Luke Chapley's defense and putting it in.
Yeah, very impressive move by Magyar, especially with the left-handed finish.
That pass intended for Luke Chapley down low is picked off by Magyar. First turnover of the night for Brian Fisher.
Yeah, there was a small window there where Luke Chapley was open, but Brian waited just a half second too long, and the Trabuco was able to intercept it.
Nice three-point shot by Shelley. It looks like the Wolverines are double-teaming Magyar in the post, and that left Shelley wide open for that three. Is able to knock it down, so the Wolverines lead already down to 5. Scott Linz getting the ball back and putting it in down low. So Scott Linz getting on the board here in the third quarter. That's another nice defensive hustle play by Brian, knocking away that ball.
Yeah, even if they're not getting the turnover, they're definitely making it hard for the Mustangs to get in their offensive groove and make anything happen.
Yeah, you see the very tight defense by Jonah Gans. That cross-court pass to Shelley. Magyar will get it back. He's guarded by Luke Chapley. Tucker working down low on Scott Linz, putting up a weird one-handed jumper from 15 feet away, and a foul called on Brian Fisher. Loose ball foul over there. Working against Shelley, trying to get that board, and called for the foul.
Before that foul, that was great defense by the Wolverines. They ran the shot clock down, for the multiple time, and they just got bailed out by a foul by Brian Fisher.
And another foul committed there. Magyar muscling up that shot and able to bank it in. There's Coach Barnett standing there saying that Molnar was straight up. Couldn't quite tell who that was called on. 3 Wolverines down there on defense. Didn't look like an egregious foul from our perspective, but it is what it is. And Magyar will have the and one opportunity, so the Mustangs coming out strong here in the third quarter, cutting the lead from 10 to 3. If there's 5:20 left in the third. Wolverines really need to get their offense picked up here. Nice pass from Luke Chapley down to Molnar, and Molnar will draw the foul. That foul called on Shirley for reaching around. Scott Linz working on Tucker, driving in. Untouched, easy job by Scott Linz getting into the rim there and able to kiss it off the glass and avoid the defense. Nice shot.
looks like Scott Linz is finally getting some shots to fall. Hopefully we'll see him be more of a contributor in the second half.
As that ball poked away, Jonah Gans recovering and then throwing it away back to Shelley, and a foul called on Luke Chapley. And maybe a little over-eager there trying to get that ball back. So Wolverines playing a little bit more hectic, if you will, in this third quarter. Not really as clean and crisp as they were in the second quarter, where they were really able to lock down Trabuco. And Tucker will bring the ball back up here with the Trabuco Hills Mustangs only down 5. And the foul called away from the ball. That's on Brian Fisher.
Looked like Brian Fisher dropped his shoulder a little bit into that screen. Ref saw it and he got called up for the offensive foul.
As you hear the Trabuco crowd getting a little bit more into it here. It looks like Mauricio Campos will line up to check in at the next dead ball. That pass by Magyar hits off Brian Fisher's back leg, and he'll pick it up and take it down for the Wolverines, creating another turnover. Good job by Brian Fisher getting to the hole on that one. That foul will be charged to David Williams, number 24. Nice screen set by Matt Molnar as well down low, and Brian will have 2 shots from the line. He'll make the first shot. 3 for 3 from the line tonight. Plays for Brian Fisher has definitely struggled in the past, but tonight doing a great job from the strike. The Wolverine lead now up to 6. And Brian's second free throw will be good as well. The lead 38-31 now for the Wolverines with 4:02 left in the third. And the Wolverines picking up the defense here again. A little bit more press. As that ball is knocked off of Brian Fisher, and the ball to Trabuco. Sammy, I've really been impressed by the amount of times I've had to call ball knocked away by the Wolverines and knocked away by Brian Fisher. Wolverines doing a great job of getting their hands in the passing lane tonight, really disrupting Trabuco's rhythm.
Yeah, Trabuco really hasn't had it easy on offense today, as Shelley puts up the shot and Brian comes down with the rebound. The Wolverines are really making it difficult for the Mustangs, and they just can't seem to get anything going.
As that pass from Jonah Gans to Matt Molnar was knocked away, and Trabuco will get it back. Magyar will drive in, and Brian Fisher knocks it away, and the ball to Trabuco. As Kai Sato will check in for Matt Molnar. Coach Barnett may be looking to get a little bit more of an offensive player on the floor. Scott Linz will bring it up. The score is still 38-31. Now 3:13 left in the third as Scott Linz will get it picked by Scott Majors, the sophomore guard, and Brian Fisher with the rejection. That was Scott Majors going up for that layup, and Brian Fisher comes over and says, no way. And Swallowers Authority, 2 really nice highlight plays tonight from Brian Fisher. First that dunk and now that block.
Yeah, Majors has got to know that he can't just go up for a layup like that, as Shelley airballs a 3, but the Mustangs retain the possession. He's got to throw a pump fake or something. Brian Fisher's just too great of a player to let him get the easy layup.
As Tucker throws up a wild shot that gets stuck in the iron, and as the possession arrow favors the Wolverines, they will get the ball. They're now inside 3 minutes. The score still 38-31. Sato down low. That bank shot long. And the foul on Luke Chapley. Don't like to see that foul from Luke. A little over-aggressive, if you will, and the referee had no choice but to call that one.
Yeah, that's not the first foul Luke's picked up in the backcourt. He's got to just let those scrappy kind of plays go and get back on defense.
So Tucker will bring it up. Work through the double team. Down to Magyar, down low, left open, unable to put in the jumper. Nice rebound by number 44, Andrew Shirley, the junior forward down low, able to put it in. The Wolverine lead back down to 5. Brian will work on the other end, and a jump ball call down low. Nice play by Scott Majors. Getting a little bit of redemption after that block. As he was able to get the jump ball on Brian Fisher, as Scott and Brian will check out with 2 minutes left here in the third for a breather. And both pretty upset. The game not going their way so far here in the third quarter.
Let's see how this Wolverine lineup does right now, as it's a mostly bench lineup that's in right now.
The only starters left on the floor are Luke Chapley and Jonah Gans. Jonah, of course, a great shooter, and Luke not much of a defensive player. As Magyar draws the foul on Campos. Definitely a mismatch down there. Magyar, big player at 6'5", 200 pounds, able to muscle around the 50-pound lighter Mauricio Campos down on the block. Magyar making the first free throw. He'll miss a second. Nice rebound by Shirley. Put back will not fall, but Trabuco getting the ball back. Tucker will set up a play.
Luke Chapley's got to make sure he boxes out on those free throws and not just go straight to the rim. And a little bit of a fault by Shirley to not put that one in. You got to make a wide open shot like that.
As Magyar's turnaround jumper was contested by Chapley and unable to put it in. Nice defense. And Ronnie Harris will bring off the ball. Looking for Jonah, but will drive left, kick it out to Sato. Sato's jumper a little bit long. And Shelley will come down with the rebound. The Wolverines have seen their 10-point lead at halftime slip to 4 here with just under 1 minute to play in the third quarter. It is 38-34. Abnormally low-scoring game here, Sammy. As Magyar will get Luke Chapley up in the air and get 2 shots. We've seen Magyar make some nice plays in the post tonight. Aliso Niguel really not having that many defensive answers for him. Aliso's actually been pretty lucky that he's been unable to knock in a lot of these open jump shots that he's had tonight.
Luke Chapley's got to watch out too, as I believe he just picked up his 3rd personal, and with not that much time difference in between those 3 fouls. So he's got to make sure he just plays better defense and not foul the other team as much. Wolverines can't afford to lose him if they want to win this game.
Jonah Gans driving right, and a foul called before the shot on Shelley. Nice job by Jonah Gans. He's been quiet tonight, hasn't put up many points. Actually with none scored tonight so far, but he'll have his first opportunity from the line.
I like that drive by Jonah Gans. We don't usually see him cut hard to the basket like that. Usually he's just a spot-up shooter, and when he does drive, he usually kicks it out, but nice to see him stick with it and draw the foul.
And Jonah will miss the second of 2. That ball saved, and Jonah will recover, and a foul called on number 21, Scott Majors. Nice hustle by the Wolverines there. As Mauricio Campos will inbound the ball. 32.2 seconds left here. The Wolverines only up by 3. As Ronnie will give it to Luke. Luke looking to pass, will give it to Jonah. Jonah will back it up. The shot clock off here, 20 seconds left. The Wolverines can take the last shot if they wish. And Jonah looking to give the ball away. Nice defense by Shelley. Not letting him get a pass off, and Jonah picking up his dribble. Finally able to get it off to Harris. Ronnie will drive, put it up, and blocked by Shirley down low, and the ball off the Wolverines to Trabuco. Great defensive stance by the Mustangs there, as they were able to hold off any Wolverine points, and With 2 seconds left, a lob down low to Magyar. Nice design play, but unable to put it in. So, Sammy, we saw the Wolverines only score 9 points in the third quarter, up 30-20 at halftime. The score now 39-36. What do they have to do on offense to get it clicking in the fourth quarter?
I mean, it's really just a matter of making your shots or getting good looks. And as you can see by the fouls, they're getting to the line quite a bit, but they just haven't been very consistent on the free throw line, something that we've been reiterating this entire season. So really, it's just a matter of making your shots because they're getting good looks, and they're taking good shots. They just haven't been able to make them.
Yeah, this definitely isn't the Laguna Hills game of last week. That's for sure. I don't remember the last time the Wolverines having less than 40 points going into the fourth quarter. They'll have to fight here and take on a really tough Trabuco team that's really determined to take this game from them. This is, if you want to look at it this way, Sammy, this is a great tune-up for CIF, where the Wolverines are going to be facing teams like this Trabuco Hills squad, not pushovers like San Juan Hills and Laguna Hills.
Yeah, Trabuco definitely the toughest team in league that the Wolverines have had to face. So this really is a good test for them for upcoming CIF.
As the Wolverine lineup will change here to start the fourth. Ronnie at point, Brian Fisher back in, Jake Smith in as well, and Matt Molnar will be at the center position. Brian Fisher going to work here, driving, spinning. Nice shot by Brian Fisher, working on the much smaller number 21 Scott Majors.
Yeah, we don't usually see Brian post up too much, so it's good to see him incorporate some post moves in his offense. So that was a great move, easy layup.
The Wolverines picking up the defense here as well. Like to see that as well. The Wolverines really feeding off their defense in the second quarter. Coach Barnett in the intermission looking to get back to that. Is nice pass by Tucker down low to Shirley. Shirley unable to put it in, and Luke Chapley will steal the rebound. Ronnie Harris setting up the play. I can't tell you how huge this is, Sammy, for the Wolverines having a healthy Ronnie Harris back, even if he's not maybe at a 100%, as he will take the three here and he'll knock it down. Just as I was saying, really nice to have that breather for Scott Lynch, who does so much work and puts out so much effort dribbling up through these tough defenses and these full court presses. Nice to give him a break on the bench.
Especially when Scott Lynch is having a sort of off game as he is having tonight. He's able to, Coach Barnett is able to have a different option at point guard to give Scott rest and allow him to kind of regroup and pick up his game a little bit.
Yeah, Scott can't be expected to have games like he did against Mission Viejo, where he just went off for career high points and really controlled that game. He's going to get tired at some point. Nice to have Ronnie back for sure.
Yeah, with this backup, he's not pressured to have a game like at Mission like he did. He's able to have an off game, which of course will happen, and Ronnie Harris is given the opportunity to step up.
And a shot clock violation there by Trabuco. Brian Fisher stealing the ball away from Tucker down low.
Another great example of the Wolverine defense that they've been putting up tonight.
Absolutely, it's definitely been their defense that has kept them in this game. As Brian Fisher driving, missing the short jumper. Good look from Fisher anyways, wanting to put that in obviously, but gotta like that easy look at the basket. It's probably too easy almost. He was expecting someone to be there, and when he was wide open, just wasn't able to put it in, as Ronnie Harris will knock that ball away. Scrum on the floor. Looks like Jake Smith will be in there, and the jump ball is called. And possession favoring Trabuco. Nice hustle from Jake Smith. So with 5:45 left in the fourth, it is 44-36 Wolverines, building their lead a little bit back up now to 8. This Trabuco Hills team, however, is not going away, Sammy. As the Wolverines need to continue to lock down on defense, as Tucker drives and spins and makes an acrobatic one-hander off the glass. Nice shot from Tucker. He really hasn't been involved too much tonight. As Jake Smith will drive in and Tucker stripping it, gets it back. Back out to Fisher. Fisher will drive. Down low to Matt. Matt pump fakes and will put it up. The foul called, however, before the shot. Wolverines will inbound it here. Jake Smith giving it to Ronnie down low, and Ronnie with the ill-advised acrobatic spin shot right there that they didn't have a chance of going in at all, and Tucker will rebound it and bring it up the floor.
Yeah, Ronnie needed to kind of square up and collect and gather himself before he went up with that one, as Luke Chapley commits another foul. He needs to gather himself and look at the basket before he makes that move, and it didn't really seem like he had anything there, so he should have kicked it out and restarted the offense.
That was actually Matt Molnar who ended up getting charged for that foul down low, so he's looking at foul trouble here with 5 minutes left in the fourth, and good thing that wasn't on Luke, who already has 3. And a timeout called by Trabuco here. So 4:58 left here in the fourth quarter. And the Wolverines only up by 4. We've seen their lead swing from 10 to 3 to 8. Now at 4 with 5 minutes left. What do they have to do here in the last 5 minutes, Sammy, to really put this game away?
Well, I mean, they've kind of slipped up a little bit defensively. The Mustangs have been able to claw their way back, and led by Magyar down low in the post, and even Tucker has stepped up a little bit. But they need to solidify their defensive game, and again, they need to start putting up some numbers offensively. We saw Brian Fisher miss a close, easy layup, which is something that he can't really do if they want to send this game home early on in the fourth quarter, or in the end of the fourth quarter.
Gotta like Brian Fisher, though, taking a little bit more control over the last couple of minutes and really putting it in his own hands, getting to the basket and taking advantage, especially when sophomore Scott Majors is guarding him. At only 165 pounds, Brian Fisher having that advantage. But Wolverines still looking for an answer on offense. As an interesting lineup here by Coach Barnett with Jake Smith, Matt Molnar, Luke Chapley, Ronnie Harris, and Brian Fisher on the floor. Is a foul by Ronnie Harris before the shot, so Shelley will not get that shot attempt. They go to the line anyway, however, the Wolverines with 9 fouls. Oh, Trabuco in the bonus. It looks like Jonah Gans and Scott Lins will check in here. Let's see if the starters can get going a little bit here. Throughout this game, Sammy, no matter how close Trabuco has really gone, they haven't felt like they've really been able to actually be in this game. It feels like no matter how close they are, the Wolverines have just been able to come back and beat their attempts back. But right now, if this free throw is made by Shelley, which it is, it's only a 2-point advantage for the Wolverines. This game's getting really close. Yeah, definitely closer than the Wolverines expected or wanted. And they're definitely going to need to work hard as this Mustang team has newfound life, as Scott Lins misses another layup. Good defense by the Mustangs on that one, as Scott Lins unable to put it in. Trabuco fans back in this one as well, and this one looking like it's going to come down to the wire here. As Magyar inside, and a foul called. Couldn't quite tell on who that was. That'll be on Luke Chapley again. Magyar really having his way with Chapley down low. Matt Molnar had some good defense. He disrupted Magyar's shot, but Luke Chapley just kind of lost himself a little bit and jumped, which isn't something you want to do in the post. He should have just stayed on his feet and put his hands up, and Magyar most likely would have missed that shot anyway. So the score is now tied. It is 44-44. 4:08 left in the fourth. This one's shaping up to be a great one. And we'll see if the Wolverines can get anything going here on offense as Trabuco continues to pick up the D. Brian Fisher looking for that backdoor pass to Luke. It is intercepted by David Williams. And Brian Fisher on the other end getting the block on Chad Shelley. Great job getting back on defense after that turnover. And that shot will be knocked down by Magyar. The Mustangs taking their first lead since the second quarter, 46-44.
Yeah, Wolverines really need to shut down Magyar if they want to win this game. He single-handedly led the Mustangs back into this game.
As Jonah Gans from the corner is shot just a little wide. Now Molnar has to be careful to not foul there and doesn't. Tucker will bring it up for Trabuco. The Wolverines still searching desperately on offense for something to fall, something to go their way. As Trabuco will work a play here. Thomas giving it off to Shelley. Shelley back to Magyar. Magyar having the hot hand here in the fourth. Slow it down a little bit. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Tucker working on Scott Lynch. Brian Fisher knocking it away. And Brian behind his back. Nice job avoiding the attempted charge by Shelley and able to put it in. And a timeout called by Coach Barnett. Wolverines really needed that one by Brian Fisher. So Sammy, this one way closer than we expected at the end of the second quarter going into halftime when the Wolverines were really locking down Trabuco Hills with great defense and able to put in some shots. It is tied 46-46 with 2:47. What do the Wolverines have to do to pull this one out?
First off, they're still having great defense except on Magyar. They've shut down every other Mustang player, but Magyar continues to get wide open shots, and he's a good enough player that he's going to knock them down. And he's really led the Mustangs back into this one. And offensively, it seems like they're starting to put in more of their shots, but it seems like it's not enough still. So they really need to just convert their shots and maybe even get better looks.
We'll see if the Wolverines can do that. You're absolutely right. They just really haven't been able to get much going on offense at all.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the Wolverines' lowest scoring games. Usually they're up in the 80s, so I mean, this is definitely uncharacteristic. Usually a very offensively oriented team. Their roles seem to be reversed, however, as they've been playing great defense, which is something they don't normally do either.
Yeah, you gotta like the defensive intensity, definitely, but not on that play right there. Is Shelley wide open, cutting behind the defense and able to put in the point blank basket. And Trabuco retakes the lead, 48-46. Jonah will give it off to Matt to top the key, back to Scott, down to Fisher in the post. Brian working left, puts it up, gets it back, and draws the foul and puts it back in. Ill-advised shot at first by Brian, but able to use his strength to really get that ball back and put it in. Nice play. Really like to see that from Brian Fisher, taking control down there in the block.
Yeah, Brian Fisher using his size down low to create that shot as he converts the three-point play. It's definitely a mismatch for him down low, so Coach Barnett wants him to use some more post moves, which isn't something he normally puts in this game.
Yeah, we saw that a lot more from him last year, actually, when he weighed a couple more pounds and was a little bit bigger. You would see him working a lot more in the post, but definitely not as big of a part of his game this year, but working so far tonight. That ball nearly lost by Shelley on the out-of-bounds line there as Jonah gets in the way of that pass, and he'll pick up a foul. Coach Barnett upset right there, not wanting Jonah to take that risk. And Trabuco is in the penalty, so they will go to the free throw line here. The Wolverines up by one. It's 49-48, under 2 minutes to go now, 1:57 to be exact.
I love the defensive pressure by Jonah Gans, getting right up in Shelley's grill, but he really can't afford to get that foul. He might want to lay off him a little bit, or at the very least stop reaching and just use his body to pressure Shelley as he converts both those free throws.
Shelley really clutch free throws right there, able to get those 2 points. And the Wolverines now down by 1. As every possession just becomes more and more important here as this game winds down. As Brian looking to give the ball off to Luke, does. Luke back to Brian down low, pump fakes, puts it in and 1. Brian Fisher really doing work down in the paint the last couple minutes, and that is his second play where he's been able to muscle in the shot and draw the foul and see if he can convert the three-point play. Great job from Brian Fisher, really stepping up right here where it counts.
Yeah, good work good two-man game by Brian Fisher and Luke Chapley. Luke Chapley making a great entry pass. Brian Fisher, Shirley made the mistake of jumping. Like I said earlier, the ref's going to call that foul if he jumped, and Brian Fisher was able to convert the three-point play.
Clutch free throw from Brian Fisher. As we've seen him really knock down most of his attempts from the line tonight. And Trabuco will call a timeout. So 1:33 here. The score 52-50. Wolverines clinging to that 2-point advantage. Sammy, we're not used to this, these knuckle-biter games, if you will. We're not used to watching this in the CV League. Trabuco really bringing their game tonight and giving the Wolverines all they can handle. If the Wolverines are able to pull this one out, they're going to look back on this and be very thankful that they were tested the last week before CIF, getting ready for the better opposition they're going to play in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, the Mustangs have really got to be proud of themselves tonight. They've come out with a lot of heart and a lot of fight, especially from their star player, number 12, Craig Magyar, who's really led them offensively. They've done a great job of fighting in this one and keeping the Wolverines only at 52 points, which is not something we normally see from them.
So this one's going to be down to the wire as 90 seconds left. Shelley off to Williams, back to Tucker. Tucker to Shelley. Shelley with the 3, now in short. Luke Chapley taking it to Fisher, who controlled the board, and good job by the Wolverines of getting that rebound and sticking tight on defense as Brian will come down the floor behind the back, pass to Luke Chapley, unable to thread the needle there, and Jonah will pick up the loose ball. Coach Barnett telling Scott Lynch to slow it down here as we hit 1 minute left to play. This one's a nail-biter's hit. We're really coming down to the line here. Coach Barnett will end up calling the timeout. Only 12 seconds on the shot clock. Try to get a play drawn up here.
Yeah, Coach Barnett seems like he wants to regroup this Wolverines offense. Didn't seem like they were going anywhere on that one. He probably wants to drop a play and see if he can make something happen on the offensive end.
Yeah, I don't know about that little bounce pass either by Brian. A little risky at this point in the game, if you will, although definitely an amazing passer, great vision. That one almost knocked away, almost a turnover. Can't afford those turnovers right now for sure. As we are at 56.8 seconds, there's 12 seconds on the shot clock. The Wolverines only up by 2. If you're Coach Barnett, who do you draw this play up for?
Definitely Brian Fisher in the post. I mean, he seems to be unstoppable around the basket tonight. And maybe have Jonah Gans or Scott Linz at the three-point line waiting to spot up for the shot if the Mustangs collapse on Brian.
So the same lineup will remain on the floor for the Wolverines. And no one will check out here, and we'll see what play they do end up running. Luke Chapley will be inbounding here. And you will get it to Jonah at the top of the key. And you're right down to the post with Brian. Brian facing up, spin move inside, draws the foul. That foul on David Williams. Williams just looking disgusted right there. Not much that he could do. And Brian Fisher really posts up on the basket and gets his shoulders turned. There's really not much you can do defensively as he will have 2 shots here. A huge free throws, makes the first, making it a 3-point game.
Yeah, Brian Fisher really needs to make this second one if he wants to put this one away. Not necessarily put this one away, but definitely make it harder for the Mustangs to come back with such little time left on the clock.
Yeah, with the Wolverine defense, it really hasn't been the case at any time tonight for Trabuco, where they've just been able to run down and get an easy look. And I'm sure that will continue here, as we have some sort of, well, it looks like a substitution for Trabuco. Scott Majors will check in for David Williams, the sophomore coming in for the senior. Interesting substitution there, but it looks like going with offense over defense for Trabuco, as Brian will miss the the second free throw.
He's got to be kicking himself for that one. He just let the lead become a one-possession game for the Mustangs, and they definitely have some good three-point shooters.
That would have been nice if he hadn't been able to knock down that one, as Trabuco, 30 seconds left. That's Majors with the ball down to Magyar in the post, and a cutting David Williams. Nice pass by Magyar down low to Williams. He's able to put that one in. And it is 53-52, 24.1 seconds to go. Hope you guys are enjoying this one as much as, well, I don't know, maybe if enjoying is the right word for us here at Aliso, maybe biting our fingernails here, as this one's really coming down to the wire, but a great game nonetheless. I'd like to take this time to remind you guys that this game, as well as our other home matchups from this season, can be purchased. A DVD copy, $12, and that money will go towards supporting the Aliso Niguel Sports Network. Again, we are a 100% student-run group. We have 7 kids right now involved in tonight's broadcast, and that is all made possible through funding from the Associated Student Body and Athletics Department. None of this is being paid for by basketball. And of course, no teacher, or it's just us coming out here and getting to call some great Aliso Niguel sports. So we'd really appreciate if you consider owning a DVD copy of some of our broadcasts and help us have some money in savings for new equipment wherever. As that pass is caught by Jonah Gans, and a foul committed right away by Shelley. Nice job by Jonah Gans wrestling that inbounds pass away. That one looked sketchy for a second there. It looked like it was almost going to be picked off.
Luke Chapley lucky with that pass. Definitely very risky. I myself thought it was going to be picked off, and that could have been it for the Wolverines. Jonah Gans, a very consistent free throw shooter, and hopefully he'll be able to make these 2 free throws.
Huge free throws right here, absolutely. As he'll make the first. Huge shot. Making it a 2-point game now. Let's see if he can make the second one, make it a 3-point game. Either way, it's one possession, but every point is valuable here. As Jonah a little bit long, so just like Brian earlier, unable to make that decisive second free throw. And he's kicking himself right now in the huddle, that's for sure. So Sammy Trabuco having the ball right now, 19.6 seconds, and it's 54-52. What's the play Trabuco's looking for here, and how is Aliso going to stop it?
They're definitely going to Magyar, no doubt in my mind about that. He's been great offensively, and if Aliso Niguel wants to stop him, they need to put someone physical on there like Matt Molnar, who will be able to body him up and not let him get to the post so easily. But at the same time, they can't afford to foul Magyar and possibly allow him to get a 3-point play. They'll probably want to drop someone in on him, like Jonah Gans or Scott Linz, down low to kind of make the shot tougher for him. And they'll also probably put a shooter like number 0 Chad Shelley out spotting up for the kick out from Magyar.
Magyar definitely having the hot hand in the second half, and Trabuco will have the full court here to go. 19.6 seconds, the shot clock is off. We'll see what they're able to do here. Tucker will inbound it and get it back. So everyone on their feet here as Tucker will dribble it up. And it looks like they will hold down to Magyar. That pass inside to Shelley, unable to make the layup, and the Wolverines could cover. Luke Chapley grabbing the ball. 5.5 seconds left. The foul is called. Chad Shelley with a great look at the basket, unable to convert right there. Nice job by Brian Fisher catching up and maybe altering that shot just a little bit from behind. And the Wolverines escape a really well drawn out play there. Just as you were saying, the ball down low to Magyar, who was immediately doubled, and that cutter inside Shelley had a great look at the basket. So Luke Chapley will have a chance to put the game away here, but he will miss the first.
Yeah, 5.5 seconds is plenty of time for the Mustangs to make a quick shot and tie up the game. Hopefully he'll at least make this one to ensure that the Mustangs have to make a three.
He won't, however. And an inadvertent whistle. Trabuco awarded the timeout.
That is a gigantic mistake from the officials, as that gave the Mustangs 5 seconds still on the clock, when something that they definitely didn't have. They clearly did not have possession of the ball. I'm not sure what they're gonna do here. I don't know if they call it Mustangs ball or if it's a jump ball.
You think it should be a jump ball. Yeah, that whistle being called with Trabuco not having full possession of the ball. The referee immediately realized made a mistake, and we'll see what happens here. This would be huge for Trabuco if they still get the timeout, as that ball was still bouncing around. Matt Molnar doing a great job down low and getting that rebound back. So it looks like Trabuco will get this timeout. What a crazy call here at the end of this game with 5 seconds left. But Sammy, the Wolverines wouldn't be in this position if they were able to knock down these last free throws, especially Luke, those last two at the end.
Yeah, that definitely would have sent the game away. But I can't really blame the refs for making that call, as this is a high-pressure situation, and they really want to be fair to both teams, and they want to make sure that they give Trabuco as much time as they deserve. And I thought that Trabuco Hills would have came down with that rebound uncontested, but apparently that wasn't the case. Unfortunate call by the referees.
It was a nice shot by Matt Molnar, getting inside and getting a hand in there and knocking that possession away. So this is it, Sammy. 5 seconds left. Trabuco will have to go full court here, see if they can tie or win the game. As the same lineup for the Wolverines is in. No one denying the inbound. Joni Dan, Scott Lynn's working. The ball inbounded to Shirley. Shirley throwing it up to Magyar. Magyar will take the three, and it's long. The Wolverines pull out a great victory here, really by the skin of their teeth. As the Wolverines fans jump on the floor, and Aliso and Niguel has captured the Seaview League title.
Yeah, definitely closer than they wanted, and that shot looked good from my point of view. Definitely caught a break. Tough shot by Magyar. He got it. He definitely got close to putting that one in. They just got to do better. Hopefully, in CIF, they'll keep up their great defensive intensity that they had tonight, and we'll get the their offense going like they've had earlier on in the season. If that is the case, then they will definitely go very far in CIF.
Absolutely, you gotta love that defensive effort tonight that we saw from the Wolverines. Really struggled on the offensive end, but able to pull out. What a great game tonight, Sammy. Really a great way to capture the Seaview League title. This being the second year in a row now for the Wolverines, as they will be undefeated, 8-0 in league. The second year in a row for that as well. Wolverine basketball just having a great last couple of years. This senior class really leading the way this year. So for everyone here tonight, we have Nathan on camera, Yasmine on camera, Chris Crane on camera, Nick Vincent on camera, Rob Krohn producing, Charlie Sternfeld on stats, and for Sammy Nabahani, my broadcast partner, this is good night from the Wolverines gym tonight. Hope you enjoyed the game as much as we did, and congratulations to the Wolverines on their Seaview League championship.